Yo, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, week 10 of the NPA. The New York Metapods are taking on the Rochester Rhydons and coach Big Pumm. Now, if you guys don't know, Big Pumm is actually a replacement coach for the previous coach who had gone 1-7 so far in the league and decided that he had to drop out for whatever the reason was. So Big Pumm is actually taking his place, made some changes to the team before the free agent deadline, and picked up things like Mega Pinsir and stuff like that. So he does have a different team than before, but they were 1-7. So, you know, most of the team was part of a 1-7 team. But either way, we're still taking this match incredibly seriously because I don't want to get bodied. I don't want to lose. I want to win. We're 7-1. I want to be 8-1. So we're gonna do our best here. If you missed the team builder, definitely go check that out, guys. I go pretty in depth of what we're bringing and why we're bringing it. You can see his team, what I'm predicting his team to be, and what my team is, of course. Show your love on that like button down below, though, if you are excited for the Metapods. I'm very excited to show off Mr. Metapod right here in the flesh. Thank you to Liz, of course, for hooking me up with this cool little Mr. Metapod who is ready to rock and roll, and he will be sitting there giving us the luck we need to hopefully win this match here, guys. Our question of the day really quickly is, obviously we're playing a Mega Pinsir, which is not the greatest without entry hazard removal. So let me know in the comment section below who your top 3 favorite entry hazard removers are. Obviously, there's some really good ones like the Laddies. You've got things like Blastoise or Mega Blastoise as rapid spinners. So there's a lot of really cool Pokemon Don fan things like that. So let me know. Starmie, that's a good one too. Let me know in the comment section below what your top 3 favorite are. Maybe not the best, but your top 3 favorite, I guess top 3 best or top 3 favorite, whichever you prefer. So anyway, let me get connected here to Big Pumm. We'll see how this match goes, and hopefully we can pick up our 8th win of the season. All right, guys, we are connected here with Pumm. I'm very excited for this match. I think it's going to be quite the showdown here. Let me make sure I grab the right team. Very curious to see what he's going to bring here. I think the Pinsir, the Milotic, the Terrakion are most certainly coming, but we're going to see the rest here. Spiritomb, Ampharos, Diggersby, does not bring the Terrakion, brings the Cobalion instead, so a couple changes there. I do want to make some adjustments to my team. He does bring that Ampharos, probably because, again, he doesn't have a lot of special presence. Could be a Scarf variant, could be an Agility setup sweeper. He brings Spiritomb, no Avalugg, so he has very little options for entry hazard removal, which is very nice. So, hold on, let me grab Spiritomb. I do think I have the right Pokemon to take on those things. I guess a Rest, Sleep, Talk Spiritomb set could be kind of problematic, but I guess it can't really do much to Sabyleye. So, we've got Pinsir, we've got Milotic, we've got Spiritomb, Diggersby, Cobalion, and Ampharos. So let me just make some notes here. Ampharos, and he does not bring the Terrakion, but rather brings a Spiritomb, so that's fine. So he doesn't want me to get a lot of shenanigans going there. So anyway, he has a couple Stealth Rockers, and I don't want him to get his Stealth Rocks up. So I think I am going to lead with Mirror Mirror here. As much as I've tried not to lead with Mirror Mirror, I think I am going to this match simply because, again, I don't want him to get his own Stealth Rocks up this match, and I think that we can kind of play around some other things. So let's do that. Let's see kind of what he's going to lead with here. He could lead with this Cobalion just to get momentum, potentially Volt Switch out, or get the rocks up. Could lead with his Pinsir as well. Milotic would be probably his best lead, but he's going to lead with Gertrude, which is his Spiritomb. So that's actually fine with me. I'm really not too concerned about Spiritomb. I mean, it might be able to do something to me, but I'm pretty free here to simply just Mega Evolve and just go for a Will-O-Wisp. I don't really see any reason not to, or I could actually start setting up Calm Minds against this thing. What is a Spiritomb gonna do to me aside from try to taunt me? Aside from trying to taunt me, that would be the biggest thing it would try to do. Do I want to just go for a Calm Mind here, or do I want to try to just Will-O-Wisp? Because realistically, what is this thing gonna do? He could try to attack. Most of the time it's got like Pursuit, Will-O-Wisp, things like he can't do anything. I could just Calm Mind here. Oh, you know what? I am walled by Diggersby, so I'm gonna just Mega Evolve and go for the Will-O-Wisp. There's no point in setting up with Diggersby right now, so I would just be wasting my time. So let's try to burn this thing and see what he's going to do. If he is like a Calm Mind Rest variant, then we'll find out, I suppose, relatively quickly. So let's get that burn off here. We are going to burn him. He might go for like Skill Swap or something crazy. He's got a Nasty Plot. So he shows us a Nasty Plot on his Spiritomb. So that's a little scary. That is definitely a little scary. It's actually very scary. Let me think here. I could Shadow Ball. If he's Rest, that could be very problematic for us. I'm trying to think of what my best switch in here is going to be. I know I could go into Arwen really quickly, take a big hit though, potentially be taking like a Dark type or a Ghost type move, which I don't want to do. None of my Pokemon really want to switch in here. If he is the Rest set, we are in a lot of trouble. I think I need to make a play here, but what is that play is the question. Do I need to go into my Gardevoir right away? I mean, this thing is pretty scary already. So let me try to take a look at this thing, whether or not I can live Because, like, I didn't expect a nasty plot. I definitely didn't expect a nasty plot. I could definitely live a hit with Gardevoir, unless he's, like, super offensively invested, and a Moonblast would knock him out. So I'm going to make a hard play in here into Gardevoir, and this could be risky, but getting this Moonblast off here, and I need to stop this Spiritomb quickly here before it starts to set up even more in my face. I'm assuming the Dark Pulse is going to come, or something to that effect. He might go for a Ghost-type move, which could be a problem. He is going to go for the Shadow Ball. I'm curious to see how much this does. It is actually going to just knock us out, so I predict the Dark-type move. He goes to the Shadow Ball. Really bad start for me. Spiritomb kills Gardevoir with Shadow Ball. That is very, very scary. Okay. Okay, I need to compose myself here. What can I do the most damage with? What can I do the most damage with? I think Entei coming in here is going to be the strongest Pokemon to hit this thing with a Sacred Fire. I think that's going to be our best bet. Just like a standard, oh no, I think Thundurus is actually going to be the hardest hitting Pokemon. Well, no, that's if he's fully physically defensive. I don't know what set he is. I'm going to go with Thundurus and just go for that Thunderbolt because Thundurus hits him for 87%. Which I think is the best play here. So I am going to go to Thundurus and go for a Thunderbolt here. If he does predict that and goes into Diggersby, that's fine. I really can't risk anything here. I need to weaken this thing as soon as possible. So I'm just going to go for that Thunderbolt. If he switches into Diggersby, then he switches into Diggersby. But him getting that nasty plot off on me right away was a huge issue. I didn't expect that. He's going to switch most likely into either Ampharos or Diggersby. He's going to go into CB Hulk, which is the Ampharos. That's fine. We're going to hit him for a nice little Thunderbolt action here. It's going to do a decent chunk, not much. I do show my Life Orb here. He could have, like, the Power Gem. He has Leftovers, so Leftovers Ampharos. Saw Nasty Plot and Shadow Ball. Really dumb play on my part to lose my Pokemon that quickly, but I couldn't risk it, man. So he's got lefties on this thing, and we don't know what moves he has. I don't want to, you know, get destroyed right now, but I think Rolex is our play. As obvious as it is, he's got to hit a Focus Blast anyway if he's going to do anything. He can't go for an Electric type move. He probably has Power Gem, is what I would guess, or Heal Bell. We saw Nasty Plot and Shadow Ball, and he has burned the Spiritomb, so that's at least the good thing. It's about 80% right now and burned. Don't know the item, though. I wasn't paying attention. So let's go into Rolex. If he goes for the Focus Blast, what are you going to do? He's definitely more of a, like, bulky variant, though. He does go for the Volt Switch, so we predict that perfectly. That works out really well for us, and that's going to give us an opportunity to get our rocks up for free, basically. If he does, again, have the Focus Blast, that's fine, but I'm going to just go for my Stealth Rocks here. He doesn't have anything flying, so I could definitely go for a Toxic, but I think the Stealth Rocks are going to help me in the long term, so I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks. If he does has Focus Blast, that's fine, but I think this is more of a bulky Ampharos, more so than an offensive one. So it's interesting that he went for the Volt Switch there on Thundurus. I'll have to keep that in mind because I do have the Volt Absorb, and I could have went for an Agility or a Nasty Plot and really started to set up in his face, but a little early in the game for me to be messing around with that just yet. Maybe I should have, because we probably could have won, but he's going to just hard switch, so he might actually not have anything to touch Steelix. He goes into Raid, and which is the my Lotic. This is going to give me an opportunity to get my Stealth Rocks up for free here, which is what I was hoping to do. Now, I know he's going to go for like a Scald. I'm pretty sure he is going to go for the Scald here. I don't want to, you know, take the hit with Rolex here. I think Rolex still has a lot of viability. Cresselia is a great switch in here, but I don't really have any other options aside from that. I could simply go for a Toxic. He's most likely to just click Scald here, though. Scald is his best play. I don't want to burn Cresselia this early in the match, as Cresselia still has a lot of viability against things like the Diggersby and the Spiritomb, even though he could Nasty Plot on us. I think it's too risky to I mean, Rolex got the rocks up, but he walls Ampharos. A Scald would just do too much to Flash Drive for me to want to risk that. I think I should just go for the Toxic here and start to wear this thing down, because this is going to be a problem, and putting it on a timer is going to be the best play. He is going to go for the Scald here. I had the Sturdy, so I know I live it. I don't think it's going to kill anyway. It does not. Does he get the burn? No burn, and I hit the Toxic, so awesome. Unfortunate that I had to make that play there, and essentially kind of lose my Steelix. I don't want to lose Steelix here, but I feel like this is what I have to do to weaken this thing. Basically what I'm going to need to do is, I think I'm going to need to just get a little bit more chip damage off on a couple things, and then set up with Thundurus. I I know this is a great check to the Ampharos, but Ampharos isn't going to do much to my other Pokemon either, it seems. I think I just sack off Rolex here. There's nothing that I really want to take a Scald. I'm going to go for the Earthquake here. I'm going to lose Rolex, so we're going to be at a huge disadvantage here. But that was, I think, the play I needed to make. So my Milotic kills Steelix with Scald. So we're already down 2 Pokemon. And this is not going the way I wanted to. I do see that he has the leftovers, though, on his Milotic, which is fair. Yeah, dude, this is not good. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I know Thundurus can come in on Milotic and do a lot to him. In fact, I can most certainly knock him out unless he's fully specially bulky. So I'm going to go into Flash Drive here. And this is going to be interesting. I think I need to go for the Agility. And we pretty much OHKO everything on his team after that. Once I get a nasty plot off. So is it too early for me to do that? I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm going for the Agility. I'm making the play. He's gonna switch. We're gonna get our Agility off here. If he goes into his Diggersby, we're gonna be okay. He goes back into Ampharos here, which is specially defensive, which is a little scary. That he comes in here. But realistically, he can only do about 50% to us, and if I go +2, Focus Blast could potentially knock him out. I'm gonna have to hit it, but we're gonna try it. So I'm gonna go for the Nasty Plot, and we're gonna go for a Focus Blast after that. He might have the Power Gem or the HP Ice. Power Gem's gonna do a lot. I really hope he didn't prep for that, but he goes for Hidden Power Ice, so that's fine. It's gonna do not too much to us actually, a little less than half. We're gonna have to hit some Focus Blast, guys. We're gonna need to wall break here. So I am gonna go for that Focus Blast right now, and we gotta hit it. We are in an amazing spot right now if we can hit these Focus Blasts. This is gonna do a lot. I mean, this could knock him out. It does hit. It could knock him out. It's gonna be close depending on if he's fully specially defensive or not. Straight up just knocks him out. That's huge. Thundurus kills Ampharos with Focus Blast. Okay, and we are double speed. We outspeed everything on this team. The one issue would be Pinsir quick attacking us and knocking us down into a lower range. But we are going to be able to knock some things out here. That was huge. The question is, I guess I can still beat my Milotic even if things get bad, because it is toxic, so I can outstall it with Sabyleye. That Spiritomb is very scary though. Spiritomb is incredibly scary. I know Cresselia can take some hits, and Entei can come in on it and take some hits, but if it gets nasty plots up, it's going to be problematic. But we're not out of this by any means. We're actually in a decent spot here. The problem here is Diggersby. The problem is the Focus Blast. We OHKO everything on his team right now. Here comes Gertrude, which is his Spiritomb. So he might have priority on this thing. My play is simply to focus Thunderbolt. I really don't see why I wouldn't. If he wants to go into Diggersby, it doesn't make any difference to me. I'm not going to take Life Orb Recall. So he's going to go for that Sucker Punch. It is very nice that he's burned. You can see that's going to do a good amount, but we're going to knock him out. So Thundurus kills Spiritomb with T-Bolt. So we got rid of the Spiritomb, which was huge because that was actually one of the things I was scared the most of. So Spiritomb goes down, and so does the Ampharos. So now the problem is if he goes into Pinsir and goes for Quick Attack, he obviously will knock us out, I believe, at this point. I don't think I'm gonna risk the switch though and switch out. Although I could. He hasn't gone into it yet, so maybe he doesn't have it, but I'm assuming obviously Mega Pinsir typically does carry Quick Attack. I'm at 24 out of 163, which puts me at about 14%. Quick Attack does about 20 to 25%, so I will not live a Quick Attack, so that Sucker Punch was enough to bring me down to Quick Attack range now. So, kind of a bummer. Do I feel... Well, now that Spiritomb's... Here comes McManly Man, which is the Diggersby. Oh, he's got Quick Attack on Diggersby, though. Okay, so I know the Quick Attack's coming. I'm going to switch, though. I'm going to switch into Mirror, because I could potentially burn this thing. I can set up some Calm Minds. The reason why I'm thinking about saving Flash Drive here is simply because it'll allow me to get one big Thunderbolt off on the Milotic later if I need it. But I'm sure he's got the quick attack. Most Diggersby carry quick attack. Do I risk it and let the Diggersby knock me out? That's the question. Sabyleye is such a safer switch here, and then I save Thundurus. Now, Thundurus isn't gonna... It's got 1 hit left in him, or 2 hits left in him, but I could bring it in on my Lodic for free later. Tough choice. Tough choice. I don't want to take a knockoff or anything, so free Crest is probably not my best play here because he could U-turn against us and things like that. Diggersby just typically carries quick attack, so my gut is telling me to save the flash drive here and go into Sabyleye. Even though I'm +2/+2, I think this is our best play. I think the quick attack is too obvious. If he doesn't go for quick attack, I'm going to be pretty crushed. Yeah, so he does go for quick attack, so that's fine. I would have been very upset about that if he did not. So, he could actually be locked into it. I don't anticipate him staying in here by any means. So I'm actually going to go for the Calm Mind. I could Willow, but I don't think he's going to stay in. I think he's going to switch. I'm going to go for the Calm Mind. He does switch. Okay. Good. Into what? Rhydon. So here comes the Milotic. So I do get this Calm Mind up now. We are going to be in a decent spot because we're going to be +1 now on the special defensive side and +1 on the special attacking side, which is going to allow us to beat this Milotic fairly easily one-on-one. Obviously, he does have the potential to Scald Burn us, which is quite annoying, but we do have the Toxic on him, which is putting him on a timer, and that does allow us to slowly whittle him down. So what I'm going to do now is probably go +2 against this Milotic. Obviously, I'm playing against the burn here, which is quite unfortunate, but I think +2 is going to be very smart. That's just going to allow me to do more damage to my Shadow Ball, so I'm going to go +2 here. He's going to be able to Scald and potentially burn me, but my Shadow Balls are going to do much, much more at +2. So, I'm hoping for no burns. He does not get the burn. Awesome. My Calm Mind's going to come off here. And now I'm going to start Shadow Balling. And the problem is I don't have Dark Pulse. I wish I did because I could hit the Diggersby. I can't hit the Diggersby, but what I can do is I can burn the Diggersby. So, there's that. And if he's not banded, I can definitely take some hits. Now I Shadow Ball. And this is probably going to let him know that Diggersby is going to be able to kind of beat me here. But I'm going to Shadow Ball, and then I think my next turn I'm going to Will-O-Wisp, actually. Because he'll be forced to recover. Unless he wants to just lose his Milotic, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. This has been an intense match already. Like, this has been a very fast-played match. And I did make some misplays off the bat. I was very caught off guard by Nasty Plotting Spiritomb. Usually you see, like, Calm Mind variants. So that kind of threw me off a little bit. We did really well with the Thundurus setting up. Maybe a little early, but it was able to kind of get me back into this game. And let's not forget that I still have Cresselia. Like, Cresselia really handles Cobalion. It really can handle the Pinsir. It's a very good Pokemon at this point in time. So he is going to go for the Scald. He does not get the burn, which is huge. I can fire off a Shadow Ball here. That's going to do a good amount of damage to him and basically force him to recover on this turn. So either he recovers and loses his Milotic or he switches here. So I actually could do whatever I want. I think I should recover is what I should do, to be honest, just to be safe. I'm going to actually go for the recover, play the safe play, because he can't beat me one-on-one. He's going to go for the recover. I get to go for my recover. Toxic's going to be racking up on him. I think he's going to switch here. I really do. I think he's going to switch. And this might be my opportunity to go for the Will-O-Wisp. A little risky, though. It is a little risky, but if I connect, it's going to put us in a great spot because we'll be able to burn either the Diggersby, Cobalion, or the Pinsir. How much is he at after this poison here? It's doing a lot. It is doing a lot to him. So I'm going to make that prediction and go for the Will-O-Wisp. Is that my play here? He might save this thing. Or he might just keep trying to burn me. I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. He's going to switch. Let's go. Let's go. Hit this Willow. Apollo, that's what, the Pinsir? That's the Cobalion. Fine. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Will-O-Wisp. Bam, we hit it. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, we just burned Cobalion. Hopefully he's not Lum. He's not Lum. Oh, he is Lum. No, he's Leftovers. He's Leftovers. Okay, that's huge. Okay, I can actually go set up another Calm Mind now. I can set up another Calm Mind now. Let's do it. He's gonna go for Iron Head, so he's gonna try to flinch us. So that burn is huge because we can really kind of hinder. He's gonna flinch us. That's hilarious. Okay, it's funny right now. It won't be funny later. Okay, I'm gonna go for another Calm Mind here. Although the damage is probably the smartest play. Let's go for one more Calm Mind, and then I'll start Shadow Balling. He's gonna Iron Head again, so this is his play. His play is to flinch us. 30% chances. Okay, we got the Calm Mind off. Now I get to go for a Shadow Ball. We're +3. Okay, against Cobalion. And he's burned, which is just so huge that we got him burned. And now at +3, I think we actually knock him out. Yeah, we do actually knock him out after the burn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna recover, and then I'm gonna attack, I think. Just to get that little bit of health back. It could matter. He's gonna Iron Head again. So this is gonna get us down a little bit lower, but this recover should come through. He's gonna flinch us again. That's fine. The recover is definitely my play here, though. Just to be safe. Just to be safe, because at this point in time, I can't beat Diggersby. But he's probably Scarf Diggersby anyway. I'm gonna go for the recover. I'm sure he's just gonna keep Iron Heading. He might switch. He's gonna Iron Head again. Okay. So not surprising. He flinched us again. Yeah, be kidding me. Can I like not be flinched? That'd be great. Oh baby, this is scary. Okay, let's recover. We're gonna keep trying to recover here. He's got like 3 flinches in a row. It's 30% chance. Like, what is that? He's gonna make a switch eventually, but I don't want that to be now. I'm hoping he stays in. I want him to stay in with Cobalion. If he switches into Diggersby, I'm forced to just go for Will-O-Wisp. Or recover, actually, to scout. I guess is an opportunity. Unless he's like banded Diggersby though. Like if he's Life Orb, he actually can beat us with Earthquake. He's gonna Iron Head again, so this is a little scary here. We're gonna get the recover off. That's huge. Now all I gotta do is hit a Shadow Ball, and we knock out the Cobalion. And that'll be one big threat of the way. The Milotic has been weakened pretty badly. Pinsir gets beat by Cresselia, I believe, at this point. We still have Entei as well, which can beat the Diggersby if he doesn't get locked into Earthquake. So let's go for a Shadow Ball. He's gonna Iron Head. He's just gonna keep Iron Heading. So his play here is to try to flinch us, but he's gonna not get the flinch this time. I believe between Will-O-Wisp and Shadow Ball, this should knock him out, and it does. Shadow Ball just straight up knocks him out. So Sabyleye picks up a kill. Sabyleye kills Cobalion with Shadow Ball. Okay, sweet. I'm assuming, what does he go into? He actually goes into his Pinsir here. Now the problem is, here comes the Pinsir. Do I just go, do I try to burn him? A return can actually 2KO me, but I believe Shadow Ball knocks him out, so I'm actually gonna go for the Shadow Ball and just try to knock this thing out. He's gonna Mega Evolve. I don't want him to substitute Swords Dance on me. So as much as I would love to burn this thing, I think our play actually is to just knock this thing out at this point. Keep him from setting up. He's gonna go for return here. I should be able to live it. We do. We live with a little over half. The Shadow Ball actually should knock him out. It says 77 to 90. So unless he has HP investment, which he does not, we knock out the Pinsir with Sabyleye. That's awesome. So Sabyleye kills Pinsir with Shadow Ball. And he can revenge kill us with Diggersby, which is kind of scary. But he is gonna go into Diggersby now. Okay, so I think he can beat us with Diggersby with an Earthquake, but then he's locked into Earthquake. Do I save Sabyleye here? I don't really think there's any reason to save Sabyleye, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to I mean, Sabyleye beats Milotic one-on-one. That's like a big thing. But so does really everything else. Once it's on a timer, I still have Flash Drive too, so that's kind of interesting. I think I just let Sabyleye go down here, get a free switch in. I'm gonna go for the Will-O-Wisp in case he tries to predict something. He is gonna go for the Earthquake. So I'm gonna assume he's actually locked into Earthquake, just because I haven't seen any other attacks from him. So I could be wrong. He could have knockoff and do a ton of damage to us. He actually has Life Orb, so very interesting to see there that he has Life Orb. Because he's Life Orb though, that means Entei comes in and outspeeds, and I believe just destroys him with a Sacred Fire. Yeah. In fact, I can actually E-speed if I wanted to. Yeah, I could do a lot of things. Vesuvius does come in though and clicks Sacred Fire and pretty much puts this thing in a bad spot. So I think that's our play, because he's definitely clearly Life Orb. So I'm gonna go for that Sacred Fire. And if he wants to go into his Milotic, that's fine. It's going to get whittled down and take Stealth Rocks damage and a bunch of other things. And I can switch out, obviously, on the Milotic into Cresselia. I mean, he could go into his Milotic here, but the other thing is after like 2 more Life Orb hits, E-Speed actually could knock out the Diggersby too. So we have a couple options there. And I believe his Milotic was actually low enough health that 2 Sacred Fires may knock it out depending on its spread. So I do want to keep a very close eye on his HP bar. Very good to know that he was Life Orb Diggersby though. That takes a lot of pressure off me in terms of worrying about Scarf Diggersby, because Scarf Diggersby could have actually been in some ways more problematic. Maybe not, because he would have been locked into a move, but if Cresselia went down and he got knocked into something else, he is going to make that switch into his Cresselia here. I believe it's low enough health where 2 Sacred Fires does knock it out after Stealth Rocks plus Poison. It's going to be very close, but I actually do think we will knock this thing out with 2 Sacred Fires now. And we're obviously going to outspeed. You can see it's not going to do a lot, but because of the poison damage, I think it is enough. I think it is enough. That is going to cancel out the poison, and I believe I just have to simply click Sacred Fire again, and that will knock out the Milotic. So that is going to be my play here. I'm choice banded into it anyway, so it's not like I can change my moves. But we do connect the Sacred Fire. That's huge. I believe this will knock him out. And it does. So Entei kills Milotic with Sacred Fire. That's huge. And now his Diggersby comes in here. And this is kind of tough for me because, like, my obvious play here is just to click Sacred Fire. Like, that is most certainly the best play I can make. But the problem I'm concerned about here is the fact that if I miss Sacred Fire, I could potentially lose this match. And I'm not sure. I mean, it's a 5% chance. So is it really a big deal? I don't know. But what I'm gonna take the chance. I'm gonna go for that Sacred Fire. But if I miss here and I lose the match, I'm gonna be pretty upset about it. We don't miss. Very good. The proper play there probably was actually to sack off Thundurus, let him take that Life Orb hit, go into Cresselia, take a little bit of damage with Cresselia, and then come into Entei and E-Speed to ensure that we don't miss. But Entei will pick up that final kill, kills Diggersby with Sacred Fire. And that was very, very good, guys. In that match, you saw Thundurus pick up 2 kills after setting up, saw Sabyleye pick up 2 kills after setting up, and then you saw Entei actually pick up 2 kills with Sacred Fire. So really, really cool how that match played out. I made some pretty big key misplays towards the early game there, which almost lost me the match. I really started off the match a little bit slow, but as you can see, everything worked out perfectly. After Stealth Rocks, Calm Mind Sabyleye at +3 was able to OHKO Pinsir just barely with Shadow Ball. You saw that the Calm Mind Sabyleye, even though I couldn't even touch the Diggersby, he was too scared to bring it in. Hindsight, he probably should have just went straight into Diggersby as soon as he had the chance, because all I could have done is Will-O-Wisp him. He might have been able to EQ me a few times, weaken me enough to the point where Pinsir could come in and revenge kill Sabyleye, and then he would still have his Pinsir, but that's hindsight 2020, right? That big Will-O-Wisp prediction to hit the Cobalion was huge, and it ended up being a great match. I was very nervous there, you know, early game after that, when I saw that Nasty Plot's Spiritomb, but things worked out just fine. I made a misplay into Gardevoir, but we are going to move to, I believe, 8 wins and 1 loss so far, which is very, very nice. No, yeah, 8 wins and 1 loss so far. I think we only have a couple weeks left in the season, guys, so maybe like 3 weeks left or something, so not much left going on, but we're doing really well here, and we are heading the way to the playoffs. Thank you, Mr. Metapod, of course, for the luck, as always, guys. Definitely show your love on that like button down below. Don't forget the question today. Check out Pumm's channel in the description below, and I'm going to catch you guys next week for the next week of the NPA. My name is Dan. I'll go by aDrive. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.